Pretty pleased. You're getting a team on the second game of a road trip. You want to play with a little pace, try and lift the tempo and see if you can maybe bury them a little in that fourth. And thought we did a really good job of that, led by John and Creaky. Those guys handling the rock early and creating plays for us and getting us into our stuff is impressive. We had a game plan. It wasn't to give Lamar Patterson 30, but it was to get him off the three-point line. They're really effective. We had to look through the numbers. They get 11, they win. They get below 8, they don't win. So we kept them to 7, so we're pretty happy with that. The way we prepared our defence was to make sure that we didn't get beat that way. We gave up a couple of O-boards and got kicked out. Sometimes you've got to live with that, but I think for the most part, Stacks put a tremendous scout together for them, and the players bought in. There's trust there that we've built pretty quickly, and tremendously proud of the way the players went about it.
How pleased are you on the offensive end when you can get multiple shooters going? Because before John's game was outstanding, you had Kendall, you had Mitchell giving you something.
We've got good shooters, and we're trying to put them in positions where they can get good looks. I think it didn't surprise me that doesn't surprise me that they're on the same board. There's a synchronicity there between the guys at the offensive end, and I always thought that was going to be it because we got high IQ guys, guys who can shoot the ball well, guys who are prepared to play their role. And I think from that perspective, I was always confident we'd be okay offensively. We had 8 months to sort of put the team together and say, what's going to work for these guys, and just putting the pieces into place. So from that end, I thought we'd always be relatively strong. It's the other end where I thought that could take time. You look around the league and you see all the teams that have, brought on a lot of players, and they're giving up buckets, and we gave up a little too many tonight at 93. The pace of the game was high, and it's going to happen once in a while. We kept them off the free throw line for the most part and kept them off the three-point line. So they followed the scout. It was good.
John, how big was for your game was it to have Kendall, some of the other guys knocking down shots early? Because it did seem to give you that little bit of room to break free.
Yeah, the way we move the ball, you see it. Everybody's so unselfish. Everybody's making the extra pass, and it's fun out there to play with these guys. There's no egos. There's none of that. Everybody just wants to win. So you see that through our games.
Fun to be knocking down 9-3.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I had it going tonight, but on this team, anybody can get it going. We have multiple guys who can score 30, who can score 25, who can make multiple threes in a game. So with us, it's kind of like you have to pick your poison. If you double me, you saw what happened when they double me. I make one pass and the floor just opens up, and we get shooters going and people going downhill. So we're tough to guard.
You got within 1-3 of equaling the league record. You sure you couldn't have thrown one more up there at some point?
I'm not.
Blame his coach. Subbed him out.
No, I'm not worried about records, man. As long as we get the win.
Simon, I think something we've noticed through the first 2 games is how well disciplined this team is. You look tonight, there was 9 turnovers, so 3 at half time, balls moving. Is that something that you really instilled, and is that something like a function of the number of veterans you have on this team?
You must be a Melbourne United supporter if you said we're disciplined last week. You must have been watching it. We probably chucked it around. We talked about it a lot. Our last 5 minutes last week, we're pretty disappointed. Whilst celebrating a win, we were a little disappointed about how we executed down the stretch. We spent a lot of time on video. A couple of guys probably heard a little more than they wanted to hear about their performances down the stretch, and I thought we made remedies today. We had a little bit more of a buffer as well, so that maybe the pressure wasn't quite there. They're on the second game of a road trip, so maybe they didn't quite find what they needed to really put the pressure on us. But it's having Mitch Creek as a 4-man, and really it's tough to sort of start pressing and taking away stuff because he's such an accomplished ball handler. And if you saw a couple of times they just face guarding John. You just go stand in the corner. Now it's a 4-on-4 game, and you got someone who's got to stay in front of Mitch. That's pretty tough. So from a discipline standpoint, I was more impressed with the discipline at the defensive end. Happy with our offense, absolutely. Probably being a little hard on it, but yeah, really pleased with the guys' discipline. We talk about it a lot. It's part of how we want to pride ourselves, and part of being an expansion team. You talk about expansion teams generally aren't successful. One of the things that they do a lot is turn the ball over. So we've got to be protective of that.
And obviously with Ty going out, you're going to have to go small more often, which we saw a fair bit of today. Some 3-guard sets, even I think a 4-guard set at one point. I know you're looking for.
Just trying to match Dre, man. He's throwing some junk out there. We've got to try and go with it.
So having Mitch at that 4 spot, how much does that work to your advantage in this league?
Look, it does. It's a tremendous advantage because he's got so many different ways he can beat you. He's such a well-rounded player. Didn't shoot the ball quite as well this week as last week. We'll forgive him because he creates for his teammates and others and does a wonderful job. It is an advantage, but I think with Ty Wesley you kind of get some of those attributes as well. Whilst he doesn't get there at the same speed, he's a solid ball handler, good decision maker, good passer, and he cares for his teammates. So, we miss Ty, and that's unfortunate. We're going to be without him for a little while, but yeah, Mitch being there certainly gives us another piece of the puzzle.
Is there an update on how long Ty is likely to be out?
Yeah, he's going to be out a little while. I'm not 100% across the exact length, but it ain't going to be any time soon.
Did Jeremy come in for him, or is he already developed?
Jeremy's been with us since the get-go, working out with us. We've been really blessed being part of the Southeast and the home of basketball, is that you've got all these kids in the area who want to come and be a part of what you're doing. And he's just been trained alongside, and he's been ready for an opportunity. Even though the opportunity probably felt, I'm going to guess he's probably felt it's a long way off. But he came in, and I knew he was going to do his job. That's the one thing I can absolutely rely on Jeremy about. We brought him in a game in the pre-season. He came out, may have had 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes of really solid work, and he's just a solid dude. And he was great for his short time out there today. It was good. Glad he got his bucket too.
John, with the way the team's coming together, do you think you guys can have a lot more good shooting nights, or how's this group going to handle it when the shots aren't falling, do you think?
We're not just a shooting team. We get into it defensively as well. I think that's what we want to make our identity. We want to be first. First, when you think of Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, we're a defensive team. And, we had it going tonight. We were knocking down shots. But when the game is grinded out and we need to get stops, we can do that also.
And Simon, how do you think the team will handle it when you face a team with a bit more height? Because Illawarra next week will probably have, DA and Ogilvy and all kinds of different bigs to throw at you.
They're going to have to face us. It goes both ways. We've got guys that we can play out there. We've got Dane is a multi-positional guy. Dan Trist didn't see a lot of time tonight, but he can get out there and play more minutes than that. We've got different looks that we can give, as part of the way we recruit this team. We haven't even seen Dean Gill. I wish we got him in tonight. But that kid's lively. We've got kids that we can throw at that, at different looks. Coming into this game, I thought, if we had to play a game without Ty, this is probably the one. This is probably the one we'd be most comfortable. Even though they're a very, very good basketball team, I just felt, geez, if you could line it up, team that likes to play small ball, second leg of a road trip, geez, let's ride this one out, and we'll see where we're at next year and what our personnel looks like.
Is there a possibility of an import replacement for Ty coming?
There's a possibility, absolutely, yeah.
For next game, or is it?
I goddamn hope so.
You spoke about the confidence you had coming into the season, about with the veterans you have, with the leaders you do have, but you also mentioned that it is rare that new franchises play so well. You've been some of the two of the contenders coming in. So what does that say about the leadership in this group, and what are you seeing that is driving it?
Well, going back to our recruitment, you bring a guy like Gibbo, you bring a guy like Madge, you bring Mitch Creek in, who's the first signing. Younger leaders like Kyle Adnam, who loves, he's a vocal guy. Dan Trist is a vocal guy. We've got guys who come in and they've got buy-in, and they're great leaders of our ball club. John's a great leader. He does it a different way. We're working on that. We want to get a little rowdier, but he's, we've got guys who lead from the front, and then we've got guys who do it gently.
You said maybe the video session was pointed out some issues from the end of the game, and maybe John, this is an answer for you, but then did you feel like with the group you walk out of that video session and it's like, okay, yeah, we won, but we have a lot to work on?
Yeah, we definitely have a lot to work on. It's our first game, and I think they do a good job of pointing those things out, and they don't let us slide. They point things out that we need to correct, and we do that as a team, so it was perfect.
John, largest ever crowd for a home opener for a brand new franchise today, league record. What can you say say about today? How local they were?
I mean, it was amazing. How many people was it? 6,000? Around 6,000? I mean, they gave us the energy we needed. I mean, this is amazing to be a part of a first-year franchise and see that many people in the stands. I mean, it's crazy. And, you know, hopefully more people come out and they see, you know, the type of basketball we're playing, and hopefully more people come out.
Thanks, guys.
Little shout out too for whoever the DJ was. Little ACDC, some Dio. I hear Holy Diver by Dio. I'm pretty happy coach.
I thought it was you doing it.
Yeah, that's good.